Hey guys, thanks for participating in this self-contained breathing apparatus drill today. I chose this drill because recently I spoke to you guys about the importance of donning your SCBA quickly and efficiently. Came to my attention after a house fire that we recently attended that I definitely need some improvement, especially after returning from maternity leave, not been to too many fires lately, and now with the addition of the new helmets and plugging into your comms. So that's why I chose this drill. A little housekeeping, in case of an emergency or injury, we have an EMT kit downstairs. We have a phone to call an ambulance, and we also have notified comms in case of any delay in response. The drill is going to be broken down into two parts. The theory, which we're doing now, which is going to cover the components of the SCBA set, a few safety precautions, pre-op checks, and then go over the drill that we'll be doing downstairs, as well as watch a fire tube video in the watch room. And then the second part's going to be doing the drill. We're going to don our SCBA set and plug into our comms from start to finish, donning our whole firefighter gear. Alright, so let's start with the components of the sets. Can you guys tell me any parts of the sets that you can, off the top of your head?
Face mask.
Face mask. Yes, Matt, back plate, yeah.
Extension valve.
Yeah, alright. So you guys, you know the basics, you've been in the job long enough. But if you refer to your handouts that I've given you, from the recommended practices on the internet, you'll see it more in detail. And also there's a new fact sheet that's been put in the recommended practice. Facts, for example, like, did you know that your face mask is pressurised to above, just above atmospheric pressure? Who can tell me when you'd wear your SCBA? I'm going to call it BA sets for now instead of SCBA, just for the purpose of the drill. BA sets, when would you?
Would that be hot? High temperatures?
That's it.
Any dangerous environment?
Yep. Okay, yep, so that's right, the acronym HOTS. Alright, so we've got, that pretty much summarises any dangerous environment. So we've got heat,
Oxygen deficiency?
oxygen deficiency, and also
Enriched
atmospheres, toxic gases and dust and fumes, and smoke. That's right. But the list that's written in the recommended practices is basically whenever there's a hazardous atmosphere, we should wear SCBA. So the situations include, but are not limited to, structure and vehicle fires, during salvage and overhaul operations, elevated and decreased temperatures that may cause damage to your airways, heavy smoke from bushfires, if you're working within the hot zone of a hazmat incident, working with the presence of atmospheric hazards such as elevated depleted oxygen, significant levels of dust, particularly asbestos or silica, toxic gas, vapour, mist or fumes, biological hazards and radiological hazards, and make sure you've always got your SCBA ready when you're going to an AFA. If in doubt, wear your SCBA. Some safety precautions to be aware of when we're using our SCBA include using correct manual handling techniques. Make sure you don't injure yourself when you're lifting, when you're donning, doffing, taking it out of the truck. You can find this on the internet if you want to read more about it. Always work as part of a BA team, minimum of 2 firefighters. Conduct buddy checks before entering the hot zone. So what are we looking for when we do a buddy check? That the demand valve is properly connected, a flush hood doesn't impede vision and covers the rubber back blank of the face mask without leaving any exposed skin or being caught underneath the face mask seal. Pressure gauge reads at least, anyone tell me? 240, yes Matt. The cylinder main wheel valve is fully open and half turned back. The cylinder and the BA harness are properly secured. The collar flap on your PPC is fastened, gloves on, helmet fastened, and your comms plugged in. Make sure you don and doff in a clean environment. And BA should not be worn if the firefighter is unwell, especially in the heart and the lungs. as wearing BA can exaggerate the illness, the effect of the illness. And always rehydrate after wearing. Be aware your sensory perception of the external environment may be limited or distorted as well, so your hearing, your vision. Alright, so we've got functional and pre-operational checks. These need to be carried out at certain times. Can anyone tell me the difference and when each one needs to be carried out?
Functional at the start of each shift.
Yep.
Pre-op just before you use.
That's right, and functional also after you've decontaminated, or what's it called, when you have disinfected your mask and changed your cylinder as well. So the functional is more of a detailed check, and because it's done at the start of the shift, we only need to do a pre-op check before the use. I can read you every detail on the list, but I believe if we watch the video on the fire tube, the process will make more sense. You guys have all been in the job long enough to know this process, however you may be surprised by watching this video. You may be reminded of one or two steps that in the excitement and urgency of donning for a fire that gets skipped and could be crucial to your safety. Okay, so if you prefer reading to watching a video, the recommended practice has a detailed list for both functional and pre-op checks. Next we have donning our self-contained breathing apparatus. Once you've donned your turnout coat, trousers, firefighter boots and a flash hood, you are now ready to don your SCBA. This must be done in a clean environment and can be done from either in the truck where it's secured or from the ground. Remembering correct manual handling techniques to prevent injury. Make sure the park button is pressed on your demand valve. Turn on your cylinder at the main wheel valve. Check the pressure is above 240 and the straps are fully extended. Place the next strap of the face mask on. Put on the SCBA as though you're putting on a coat. Stand up, lean forward and adjust the straps to fit comfortably. Connect the waist strap and tighten it. I know you guys all know this in detail, but it's just for the purpose of the drill, just reminding you. To don the face mask, check the demand valve is correctly attached. Lean forward and place the chin into the face mask. Then place the 5-point harness over your head. Take a breath and hold. Adjust your head harness beginning with the bottom strap simultaneously, middle straps and then your top strap. Inhale deeply to engage the positive pressure. Listen for leaks. Place your flash hood over the head harness, careful not to lift the release buckles. I always tend to do that. Put on your helmet, plug in your comms, put on your firefighter gloves, do a buddy check, and before entering the hot zone, arm your DSU and proceed to BA control. When you're doffing, you pretty much do it in reverse. Remember to put your demand in park and collect your tally and communicate any crucial information about the fire that you've just been into. Make sure you communicate all the details. That's pretty much it. We'll be doing a practice downstairs. You'll need your full turnout gear including boots, flash hoods, gloves, helmets, coat and pants, SCBA set and a radio. Don't worry Matt, I'll help you get it all. Ideally we would be doing this at the college in the hot cell, but today this we'll have to do here just as a practice. We're going to head downstairs now and watch a quick fire tube video on donning, so you've got fresh in your mind without just reading, but fresh in your mind of a visual of donning before we do the drill. Any questions?
That's great.
Thanks for listening guys. Okay guys, it's just the fire tube video I mentioned upstairs. There's 3 you can watch. The first one's donning and doffing at SCBA, just to refresh our visual skills. Memory, sorry.
This drill shows firefighters that have completed a successful pre-operational check, donning and doffing their self-contained breathing apparatus. Participants, all self-contained breathing apparatus operators. Warning. It is vital to remember that self-contained breathing apparatus should only be donned or doffed in a clean area.